Jay Young, you can hear me? I'm just recording now. Just want to make sure you can hear me on this. We're going to take that as a yes. All right, guys, let's get into some stock levels. Very excited to be back. Thank you guys for joining. It's been a wild ride with Tesla. Tesla's been almost took my soul a few weeks ago, which was pretty crazy. But we're back. We're back in the game. Made $400 yesterday. So now we're just going to continue to trade. Do what we do best. Tesla's got my soul lately. All right, so let's move this over. This is the channel Trading Simplified. If you guys aren't aware, check this out. Let's start with Kava. We got to talk about Kava first. Kava's ridiculous. Jay Young actually called this out. We have a WAP. I have a WAP channel where you can join. You get access to a community of traders. And Jay Young, you see in the comments, was mark it off Kava. Look at this. We should have bought puts on this. Oh my God. $85 all the way down to 63, down 25%. You didn't pick up any puts on this, right? But anyway, so it sold off. Those earnings apparently weren't good enough, as they like to say. And the Kava group price target got cut down to $75 per share from 96. So there's some price cuts coming down in this morning, more negative news. And that's how it goes, man. So taking a look at this, we just got to be smart here, be patient. And I was looking at Kava, and I was looking at the 6-month chart. And if we get a bounce to retest these areas around $73 to $74, I'm going to be looking for some put options in this. I'm just going to mark it so you guys can see it. I'm not going long on a stock like this. It's clearly made its move. You can see you had multiple supports that have broken. So this is what's called a break and retest for those of you who are not sure about it. But what I like is if we do get this move, let's say we get a nice violent upring up here up to 73, 74, and we start consolidating, I'm going to be looking for put options for that further move down. That is a typical break and retest strategy that you can use. But we got to see how it plays out. It might take a day for this to happen. So let's just give it some time. Let's see if we can get that move. If we can get that violent move back up. Shorts are covering. They made 25%. Look for that push into $73, $74, and then for that move down. So that's Kava. That's my plan with them. Waiting, watching, going from there. I just want to hit on QQQ real quick. When you're looking at the Qs, it's all-time highs. So, excuse me, you got to be careful. Looking at all-time highs here, trading up at 580. 580 is interesting. I mean, we're trading at the top of this trend channel, and we've been bouncing off of this yellow line consistently. Broke through it one time in April. Excellent buy, dip buy for those that bought it. And now you're at all-time highs. So I would expect And we potentially see 600 here and then look for the reject. So I'm just looking at it here, QQQ, 600 rejection. It's at the top of the channel. And this is really where I want to watch it. So just keep watching for this. I'm going to mark this off at 600. It lines up perfectly with the top of this channel. So we'll see where it goes. If you're looking for short-term levels, it's kind of tough right now. I mean, you could look at a 6-month chart, and what you'll get is right in this range around 540. So I definitely would be cautious looking at this. But overall, let's see if we get a pullback. It's going to take some monster news. The market's very bullish right now. We need to pull back to 540. If that does happen, you got to think about your percentages that it's pulling back. Just looking at Qs at 580 right now, that'd be a 6 to 7% pullback. All right, so just be aware of that. Looking out for that. Looking at Fly, this stock is just completely crumbled. Spirit Airlines talking about bankruptcy, $13 to $2. I like buying dips, but I don't want to buy dips that are like this where you don't even know where it's going to go. So definitely be cautious. This is something that can keep getting cheaper on Fly, which is Spirit Aviation. Potential, if you want to try and buy this, 1.75 has to be your stop loss. Let's break over. Let's go start hitting the Mag 7, all right? There's a few things that I'm looking for, I'm watching. Everybody knows, unless you live under a rock, Tesla's trading this wedge right here. This is the wedge that it is trading, and it has these topping patterns. Now, Tesla had a very, very interesting sell-off yesterday that, to me, felt a little, like, hey, we're rejecting this 346. And until we get above this 346, I'm not too bullish on it yet. I think it does have the momentum, but it's in that consolidation phase where it can wean out a lot of people. So you just have to be cautious with that. Let me just make sure everybody knows that we're live streaming right now. All right. So if you were looking for Tesla, you had a violent sell-off right in this range. Look at this, 345 down to 332. This is what I mean about Tesla. You got to be super careful. There's a lot of false breakouts here. Only a 3% pullback, but if you're buying up at 345 and now it's down to 332, you're down pretty good. Looking at right here, the first retest I'm looking for, I want to see at the open, are we going to retest 346, consolidate, and are we going to get above this, or are we going to reject? That's the first plan. Next is maybe we get a positive catalyst, whatever reason, doesn't matter. If it gets above 346, will we push higher? That's the next level. So first, looking for first rejection at 346. And I know Tesla, people say, oh, Tesla's too expensive. Well, you have a backup. You can play TSLL, which is the direct daily Tesla Bull 2 times. And it's a lot cheaper. It's around $13 per share. Remember, you do have, it does degrade over time, so you have to be cautious with that. But this is something that I am definitely interested in, of trading TSLL if we get a nice pullback. And I'm going to show you where I'm looking for this. Looking at the 1-month chart, we had a bounce and it happened at that 332. We were talking about this level on the WAP. Right over here, there's your bounce right there. I'm gonna get rid of these lines because I just don't think we need them anymore. We know it's a wedge. We know what it's doing. So looking at it here, you have support at 332. Now, is it always perfect? No, but right now, when you look at bullish momentum, this is the zones that you are trading in. Right now, Tesla was trading in this zone, got out of it, trading up here now, tried to reject, but the bulls came back in and pushed it up. So we just have to watch, are we going to break out of this trend? Right now, this is where we are. We're consolidating in here. So be cautious looking at those angles, watching that area for consolidation. All right, so let's see if we get above 346 today. It's definitely possible. If we reject 340, 344, look for this move. If we get rejection below 332, look for the retest and then selling back down. Momentum's pretty strong with Tesla, so we'll take it from there. United Healthcare, this is another stock that I think is very interesting. Right now, we are trading at a point of resistance right here. So I want to see how we do on the open here. Are we going to break this 266 level? It's very clear. Everybody knows United Healthcare sold off 602. And if you're part of my WAP or YouTube channel member, you know that I've been buying UNH down at these 250s, 240s levels, continuing a position. Now, if you're day trading this, you have to watch this level. This is a must watch, 266. If we can get above this level at the open, pull back, confirm 266, then look for that push higher. That is something that is definitely possible. That is something that I will be watching for a day trade on this. The next trade that I'm looking for when it comes to United Health is looking for that 260 to 258 pullback right in that general range, because you can clearly see that we were trading within here, acting as support, rejected right here at 257, went up to here at 259, and now you could look for that first pullback going to 257, 258 for that push back up retest. Those are the areas that I'm looking for when it comes to UNH. Next, let's look at Meta. Meta's trading at $800 per share. Looking at the max, it's at all-time highs. Moving over to the 1-year chart. I'm not trading this stock. It's too expensive for me. We need pullbacks. Not even interested. It's at 800. It's very difficult to time. I mean, you can see that this is a typical bull flag that just formed right here. I mean, this is beautiful breakout right there. So it's good as a learning experience when you see big moves like this. There was your bull flag consolidation moving higher. So it definitely can move higher, but I'm just not interested. It's too expensive, $800 a share. Google stock, I've been calling this out since April when it was at 145. Now we're at 204. We're at the top of the channel. I understand why some people would take profits up here. I think Google's just getting started. Are we due for a pullback? Absolutely. But I'm just going to continue to hold. No issues with that. I like that. And I'm going to continue to add when we get dips down to, like, let's say 195, really preferably 185 or lower. I want to see it just pull back a little bit, but we need a market catalyst to do that. Nvidia trading all-time highs, 184. It's possible we could see 200 so far on this stock. Next level to watch on it is going to be this 165 area, I believe it is. Yeah, 167. You have multiple touch points here. Need a pullback. We're going to continue just keeping our eyes on it. AMD is consolidating at this 185 down to 169, 170. There's ads. Dude, I think the ads are automatic, man. I don't even have control over that, to be honest. So, and you won't pay for the YouTube membership, so I got to get you somehow, Jae Young. So you got to watch the ads. So looking here, we're going to move to JetBlue. This is another stock I've been watching. They have some positive news coming out. Look at that RSI shooting up to 81, but looking pretty bullish. When it comes to JetBlue, they have a nice history of just slowly fading. So I'm going to be looking to play them on a pullback if we can. So what I'm going to be, I have only the ads set for you, Jae Young. So what I'm looking for here is a pullback to about 420 to 430. A more realistic standpoint would be around 450. So we're going to have to let it play out. Let's see how it does. You've had multiple touch points around 465. I'm going to make it 460 just to make it simple whole dollar level. We're going to watch it right here and see what we do on this pullback. You've had multiple points of consolidation. And if it pulls back to here, it's 4 or 5% pullback. This is the best part about Jae Young. He can't afford the membership, he says. Then he's posting on the WAP all these 100% gains on Google, 25% option plays on BBAI. Don't be fooled by Jae Young. The man's killing it in options, but he won't support Trading Simplified. Amazon stock, here we go. So here we go. So Amazon, finally, I love this death pullback, 240 down to 213. And now what that allows you to do is that allows you to trade within the zones. So looking at these zones, this is where we're at. So we need to see, is Amazon going to trade out of this 220 to about 225? Once it gets out of there, we will be golden. So we got to see. If it gets above 225, I'll look to play it, look for the play above, and look for the break below the 219 range. Just to draw it out for you guys, newer traders, consolidation, failure, go down, and then above 225, same exact thing. I just want to give a quick shout out to ETH. I own ETH. I've been buying ETH. I've been calling this out in the WAP. I love those moments where you can say, I told you so. Take a look at this bad boy. ETH is testing all-time highs at 4,800. We got a nice cost basis down in the 2000s. So this is beautiful to watch. Love seeing this. It's nice when you buy stuff and it goes up. Always feels good. And moving forward, let's move to Alibaba. It's another stock I own. I own them long-term in the YouTube portfolio, which you guys know, YouTube members. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and the WAP. So here we go, 120. If we can break this 120, we might be able to get back up to 130. That's where the consolidation would be. I'd be watching that range for Alibaba. Microsoft, I have shares of them down at, I think it's like 300. So you just got to be cautious. Went up to 560, big green candle. Then we pulled all the way back, considering watching this. Oh yeah, let me type in the C3 AI. Let me just see if it comes up. There it is, perfect, okay, cool. So there's an options play that Jay Young has been looking at. Jay Young, we're gonna put you on the spot here. They have earnings, it looks like, on September 3rd. And their last earnings was right here. When was the last earnings? Why is it not working? Hold on. There we go. 5/28, they had their last earnings. May 28th. Now they have earnings on September 3rd. You know, juggling by the earnings, I would just be careful. But if you're scalping, then you don't have to worry about that. But just keep in mind, you have that. Jay Young, I want you to see, look near Oz's name. You see that membership? You see that little gold member you got? See, he supports me, Jay Young. All right, look at this here. So $17. What levels are we watching for this? Let me just bring this out on the 5-year chart. Oof, this chart is brutal. It's been consolidating like this. This is like one of those stocks that you need to buy and sell, I feel like. This is not a buy and hold. Jay Young would probably buy and hold this, knowing him. But for me, I'm not going to be... I'm definitely not going to be trying to hold this stock. We've been consolidating here, $10 in the $30 range, and we're potentially moving lower. I would assume $10 to $12 would be around that range. So let's keep watching it. Levels to watch. I mean, there's always the clear rejection point that you had, which was right at $22. Yeah, the best part is YouTube throws all these ads in, and it's like, when you live stream, just so you guys know, I might make like 30 cents off this video. It's not like you're making like big money as a YouTuber live streaming with 14 views. You know what I mean? So you can blame YouTube for that one. So looking for this move here. Rejection is obviously right here at 22. I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. But keep your stop loss at 14.5. We reviewed Kava already. That stock died. Just trying to find things that we're actually going to trade. Yeah, YouTube Premium is definitely a very good investment. They should make that. That's a great idea. For the YouTube Premium, they should make it where you can get it to channels. And then that would just be like, boom. Like no commercials on this channel if you like a channel or something. I just want to bring up AMC. It's definitely interesting. This is a stock I don't trade too often, but I feel like I should start paying attention to it. I just want to bring it up because every time this stock is like $2 to $3, we get this blast up. Oh, they're in the WAP, I see. Oh, let me check. Hold on. Yeah, let's check it out. So we'll check out Target and MU. Let's check them out. Yeah, so looking at MU, I just feel like we almost, if you didn't buy shares in April, I feel like I just can't buy these guys as a long-term hold. Like, we were looking at Micron in April at $58, and now we're going to buy it up here after a 100% move. I think we just need to be patient. I think if you're day trading this, I'm all about that. No problem with that. You have clear levels right here around $110 per share. Micron does like to pull back. I'd be looking for your first pullback around $122 per share. For me, I still wouldn't be buying. I'm waiting for deep pullbacks on this. I want moves back down to 115 to 112, looking for that consolidation, then pushing back up. You got to be cautious on a stock like this. And the reason I'm saying is this, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a 12% pullback. It's not unrealistic. Look at SMH, the Van Eck Semiconductor ETF. We are trading at all-time highs at $302. This is a semiconductor ETF for those of you that are watching that aren't aware. Now you want to be cautious. That MU pullback, if Van Eck, the SMH ETF, pulls back, for the overall ETF, it's a 5 to 6% pullback. But for MU, that would be a nice 12% pullback. So that's what I'd be looking for. When you look at these charts, do they look pretty similar? You just get that pullback back to the support level 285 for SMH. I'd be watching SMH if you're going to play semiconductors. So definitely be cautious on that. Let me see what else we got here. I want to review a few more stocks. Then I'm going to end this live stream, but I'm going to go back on the live stream. I just want to make a new live stream, which is just for the actual market open. And let me know, WOT members, what do you guys think? Do you think I should just make it just for WOT members or just do it on YouTube? Who really cares? $58, yeah. Oh, Realty Income was something I was owning too. This is a big miss too. NBIS. I think this was Jay Young was calling this one out too. I think I was even calling this out too. It's crazy. NBIS up to $75 per share, but I can't ignore this fact that we're trading at 80 RSI. Definitely something to be cautious over with that. BBAI, that was a miss and a half. This sold off. I couldn't buy it looking at these earnings. Even down at $5, I was hesitating just because they missed earnings so bad. 768, pulled back 34%. Down here, it was down 38%. I guess that's something I'll have to consider in the future. And even just with that rebound bounce, 25% bounce. That was a complete miss on it. But I thought you picked up some shares, Jay Young, didn't you? You bought call options on this? Yeah, that was bad. That was such a bad miss. PLTR 189, the PE of like 300, which is insane. This stock is just a beast. Yeah, BBAI is a stock I should have bought back in. I didn't buy it. Oh my God, why does this keep happening? Here we go. SPY. SPY's all-time highs. Everything's all-time highs. This is why I always tell you guys, especially in the WAP, you got to have these long-term investments. Like you got to have the NASDAQ. You got to have SPY. It makes a difference. You're buying and holding in certain accounts. It allows you to grow the account while you're day trading. That's important. Some people will quit their jobs, go full-time day trading. You need to, have long-term investments that continue just to follow the market. It will help control your trading because you won't feel like you're missing out, because my long-term investments are at all-time highs right now. So it's definitely what you need. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I just didn't expect BBI to just blast up all the way immediately to within one day back to $6. I mean, that's a huge 25% return. I didn't think that was going to happen right away. I thought we were going to get another consolidation day of 4.7. And what I was thinking was, I thought we were going to get a pullback to this range around $3.80, $4 flat. That did not happen. So, pretty wild. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I'll be back on around like 9:25. All right. So, give me 15 minutes. I'll make a new live stream, and then we'll go from there.